We're here at Big Data London, a conference covering data, AI, analytics, and I'm joined by Ben Pearce, who's founder of Elevated U, and he's running a session later today on using technical storytelling to influence stakeholders. Ben, do you want to tell us a little bit about what you do and what your session is on later today?
Yeah, so my background is I spent 20 years at Microsoft in customer-facing technical roles and leadership roles. And then about 2 years ago, I started this company, Elevated U, and it's all about coaching the human skills of people in the tech world. So how people that are working with really complicated subject matter, how do they connect to people? How do they explain things simply? Because that's how we get stuff done, by convincing people to do stuff. So it's how do smart people with a great base of knowledge influence and convince people to do stuff. So that's what I talk about.
Okay, amazing. Sounds really interesting. When we think about stakeholders within organisations, do you feel like some are neglected perhaps when it comes to communicating technical knowledge around or messaging around AI tools?
Yes, definitely. I mean, so if I think about my wife who works in publishing, they've just rolled out a new tool and she's got hardly any training on how to use it. There's kind of an assumption that she's going to be able to be really effective with it. So I think that the pace of technology and the pace of change is so high, and the documentation and the communication that goes with that is a bit lacking, and so often that's one space: new tools, poor training, not communicated very well, which just means they're inefficient. People aren't effectively using their time to get stuff done. So that's definitely an area where we're not communicating well.
And when it comes to communicators communicating technical messaging, how can they have the confidence to do that and also make it emotionally engaging as well? So
I think let's go back to Aristotle, right? Aristotle, and I'm sure some of your listeners have heard of the three means of persuasion: some credibility and gravitas, a rational argument, and emotional connection. And you've got to get those in balance. So firstly, you need a little bit of credibility, which means you need to have learnt and invested a little bit in that technology. So if you've learnt a little bit and you've got some credibility, then you make a bit of an emotional connection to people as to why this is important, how it's going to impact their life. But then you need that rational argument, particularly in tech as well, which is this is the logic, this is the rationale, this is the how. And depending on that audience, you've got to get that in balance. Too much emotion, and people call it marketecture. It's not really helpful. No emotional connection and just purely facts. It's like a dictionary or an encyclopedia, and nobody consumes it. So you've got to get that balance right, I think.
And sort of following on from that, what do you think are the biggest challenges that organisations and perhaps communications professionals in particular are facing when trying to convey this information?
God, well, there's so much information that needs conveying. It's making sure that what you do is really impactful and really punchy. The other thing, and this is a bit of a dull subject, but it's the knowledge management of it, it's the curation of it, because things are changing so fast. Where do you then put that knowledge and that communication so that people can consume it and people can learn from it when they need to learn about it? So it's a combination of creating really punchy comms and putting them in a place where people can find them when they need to, so that they can be effective with that knowledge.
Okay, amazing. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to attending your session later today. And just to finish off, what sort of value are you hoping to get out of this conference today? Are you coming again tomorrow? What's the impact, do you think, of a conference like this? So
I love conferences like this. I love to meet people. I love to meet old people, new people. I love to share my message with people. I love that. So yeah, I love all of these kind of things. Am I here tomorrow? I'm not actually. I'm at another conference, at the Technology for Marketing conference at Excel. So I do quite a few of these. So no, I love them so much, and they're such a great platform to meet new people and share my message with people that, yeah, I'm afraid I'm not here tomorrow.
Okay, I'm glad we caught you today then. It was lovely meeting you, and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you so much.